Today's review is the Samsung Transform. This is a QWERTY slider for Sprint. This phone is $150 after a $100 mail-in rebate. Highlights include one of the best QWERTY slide-out keyboards we've seen, Android 2.1, and Sprint IDs. Let's dive into the Samsung Transform. The premier item on this phone's menu is its slide-out QWERTY keypad. This thing has plenty of real estate, lots of large buttons, and even fits a 4-way directional pad on. There's a function button for quick symbols and numbers, and the layout of this keyboard is just highly intuitive. I mean, look at the size of the freaking spacebar. For a screen, the Samsung Transform has a 3.5-inch 8 VGA capacitive touchscreen with haptic feedback, and we have the classic menu, home, back, and search buttons on the bottom of the phone. Other external architecture includes a volume control, 3.5mm audio jack, sliding covered USB terminal, a power lock switch, dedicated camera button, and we get a dedicated voice command button. The phone has a 3-megapixel camera with LED flash located on the back. It also has a front-facing VGA camera for video calls. Now, underneath the back panel, the micro SD card slot is located on the side of the phone so as not to interfere with the battery. For portability's sake, think of an iPhone 4 but double the thickness. The Samsung Transform has Sprint IDs, which we'll get to in a minute. It has Android 2.1 and an 800 MHz applications processor. So this is definitely not the speediest phone on the block. It has Bluetooth 2.1, it has Wi-Fi, and it operates on Sprint's EVDO 3G network. Here's a look at the Samsung Transform. It's running Android 2.1. As we can see, we have 5 home screens here. And we can press and hold to add widgets, folders, wallpapers, etc. Now we're in one of our IDs. This is the Entertainment Sprint ID, and you can see here we have all of our email messaging, internet browser. There's Facebook. There's our Facebook. We also have Fandango, a lot of multimedia. There's social networking like Tweetcaster. We have technology news set up there, and you could choose any category really of news you're interested in. YouTube bar, Shazam, Pandora, Android markets readily available. And if we want to switch an ID or add a new one, all we have to do is go to Sprint IDs. Let it load here. One thing you have to do is it can't be over Wi-Fi, it has to be over your network. So there's Where, that's more of a navigation geared ID. There's Lo Tuyo Latino, so if you want to get your Latino flavor on. Yahoo has its own ID, and Small Biz. And we also had trouble with gaming. Even a game like Angry Birds was a bit clunky when it came to gameplay. That's when you know a phone is definitely not suited for advanced applications. Come on. And forget about 3D gaming, the cars won't even load. And here's the extent. It's like seizure mania. Internet browsing is pretty decent. We get pinch to zoom, double tap to zoom. Plenty of real estate here. Spacebar is awesome. We've had good luck with Samsung phones when it comes to call quality, and the Samsung Transform was no different. This phone has crystal clear audio, barely any background noise. When it comes to battery life, it depends on how harsh we are with our applications and our social networking and our messaging, internet browsing. But after a full day of testing yesterday, this phone still has about 1/3 battery life. So that's pretty impressive. This phone will last you longer than the giants like the Evo 4G or the Epic 4G. The Samsung Transform has 2 cameras. On the back, its main camera is a 3.2 megapixel with LED flash. In front we have a VGA resolution camera. There's nothing wrong with 3.2 megapixel pictures. However, our video resolution was limited to CIF, which is just tiny, and its frame rate was very choppy. Image quality for the 3.2 megapixel camera was actually very good. Low light was surprisingly impressive, and the LED flash really helped. Also, the camera interface was unique and included a lot of useful features. The good thing about the Transform is that it has an excellent slide-out QWERTY keyboard, which makes messaging all the more enjoyable. It also has access to the Android market. It has light internet browsing and plenty of applications and widgets with Sprint IDs to keep you going throughout the day. So if you don't need a powerhouse phone with the best camera and you don't live near 4G coverage, the Samsung Transform should definitely be considered. For InfoSync World, I'm Mike Perlman.